Welcome comic book fans to another suddenlycomics.com video, and some great news. England beat Ukraine last night in the quarterfinals of the European Football Championship to reach the semi-finals where they will play Denmark. Now, I said in my video announcing my competition that if England won against Ukraine, I would add a comic to the prize. So I'm going to be good to my word. So I'm giving away this Fantastic Four annual number 5 is the comic that I said I was giving away. However, I am now adding this comic, which is Nice House on the Lake number 1. This is by the guy who wrote Something is Killing the Children and Department of Truth. He's called James Tynan IV. It's a great read. I think this is going to be quite big, so I'm adding that to the prize for this competition. So the subject of today's video is comic cleaning. Now, I started cleaning of comics probably back in January when I got my comic press, and I've done some dry cleaning of comics. So that's using very gentle dry cleaning techniques, a document cleaning cloth, most often a micro mesh cleaning cloth, and sometimes a rubber or eraser on white areas. However, I've been watching Rick Morgan, the comic book scientist, and he has developed a solution for cleaning chemicals. He calls it Immacuclean, and I bought some Immacuclean from Rick, and it sort of arrives in a concentrated format like this, which looks like something you might take to the doctors, but it isn't. That then you dilute that with distilled water. So here's my distilled water. So you put 200 mils of distilled water to 6 mils of this, and you put it in this dispenser that Rick provides. Okay, so I'm going to show you how effective this is at cleaning comics. I'm going to clean this comic here, which is a Fantastic Four 113. It's the first appearance of Overmind. It's quite in pretty good condition, this comic. There's not a huge amount wrong with it, but I'm going to clean it. It looks fairly clean, but I can assure you we'll get some dirt off this, and also the solution, as the dirt comes off, you'll see it's particularly effective at making the reds and yellows colours pop. Okay, so I'm going to clean it. It does add, because it's a liquid, it does add some, you do end up with a few wrinkles and waves on the surface of the comic. So you then press it, and you end up with a really good looking comic. I'm putting a link in the information below to Rick's channel. Actually, it's an interview that Rick did with me a couple of weeks ago, in which we talk about comics and a bit of history and a bit about the science of cleaning and preserving comics. Okay. Right, so here we have our Immacuclean solution. This is just simply a cosmetics removal pad. You place that on the top of the solution, press down, and that dispenses some of the liquid out of the bottle onto the cosmetic pad. You then just swipe the wet pad over the surface of the comic, like so. Not putting too much pressure on, and then you just let that dry for, or sit there for, and you can already see with that we've started to get some dirt off the comic, and you let that sit there for 10, 20, 30 seconds, something like that, and then you take another pad and you just give it a wipe. I can already see the yellows and red's beginning to improve in colour as we take off the surface dirt. Here you go, you can see the dirt that's coming off this comic, and it looked like a clean comic. This didn't look like a particularly dirty comic, but if you think this comic's been around since before 1971, because it's a UK 1 shilling comic, so how many times has this been handled by people with grubby fingers, especially down the spine and down the front here and this bottom corner. We've got a nice picture of the watcher there. Here we go. Look at that. Look at the dirt coming off here. That's cleaning up really nicely. And we're going to do the back as well. So same process. Put some solution onto the cosmetic pad and then just run that over the comic, like so. Just let that rest for a second. So this really is remarkable. I've done a few comics with this, and some of them come up fantastically well. So I'm just going to now. Works really well on yellows like that. It's got some stamp on the back of here. S. No idea what it is. Okay. Okay, I've just let that dry a bit, and Rick then suggests that what happens is this cleaning solution can bring out some fines, and you can get some white streaks on the surface. I can't really see anything on this, but I have found it quite effective. After I've cleaned with the Immacuclean solution, I just give it a little quick wipe over with some distilled water. So if it has left anything on the surface, that just removes it. You also do, I find that doing this, you do get quite a lot more dirt off. You can see it there. So, and then I just give it a quick wipe with my micro cloth to get the water off the cover. I don't want that sitting on there for too long. So you can see that the because we've put liquid on the surface of this comic book, it has gone slightly wavy, but that will all get corrected when I press it. And I'm going just to do the back as well. Those colours are beginning to pop. So I'm just going to take that pad, a bit of distilled water, and just do the same on the back. Again, you can see the amount of dirt coming off here, and that is dirt, that's not the print. And again, I'm just going to give that a quick wipe with my cloth. So you can see that's developed some waviness due to the fact that it's had the cleaning solution and the distilled water on it, but I'm going to press this and I'm going to come back and finish this video when this comic has been pressed, so you can see the final result. But you know, here we go. You can see the amount of dirt that came off this relatively clean looking comic. You know, it's really quite remarkable. But you know, this has been sitting around for 50 years or so. So there we go. I'm going to come back when I've pressed this and show you the end result. So while that comic is pressing, I thought I would show you a few of the comics I've worked on in the last couple of days. First of all, we've got this Fantastic Four 107, a really nice thing cover. I'm quite pleased with this one. Again, I used the Immacuclean solution on it, cleaned it up, but this one had a nasty spine roll down the spine. So I've corrected that, and it's come out pretty well. I'm really pleased with that one. The colours are popping on here. I don't know if you can. It's got a mylar on it, so you're not going to be able to see the gloss on the surface, but really pleased with how that one's come out. So next one up, we've got this is one I've been working on for the last couple of days. This is Moon Knight #1. It's first series with his own title. Now I won this on an eBay auction, and it came in some of the worst packaging. It just came with no backing board, literally wrapped in some paper. So it could have got absolutely destroyed in the post. Luckily it didn't, but it wasn't in that great a condition. There was a lot of creasing up here. There was some creasing down here. There was quite a lot of wear on the edges. So again, I cleaned this with the Immacuclean solution. I've pressed it twice now, and quite a number of the creases have come out. However, I think it needs a third press. There's still a number of indentations down the spine that I think will press out. There is a couple of spine ticks that obviously won't go, but that's improved significantly on when I received it. And then the other one I've worked on over the last few days is this Moon Knight again. There's nothing special about this one, but it's come up really well. I think this looks to me as if it could be a 9 or maybe higher. So again, I used the Immacuclean solution on this, and gave it a press. This is quite nice because it's one of these wraparound covers, and when I get a wraparound cover, I use one of these clear backing boards, so you can see the back. I think the back looks a bit better than the front on this one. Yeah, that's come up really nicely. And I think I can't really see anything wrong with this comic. It's improved dramatically. Okay, there we go. That's the comics I've been working on cleaning and pressing in the last couple of days. Okay, so this has just come out of the press, and it looks really good. I'm not sure the camera is good enough to show this off, but the yellows here are really, and reds are really bright. This panel here with the white, with the price, has come up really nicely. It's very clean, as is the white here. You know, this comic is 50 years old, and it almost looks as if I could have bought it off the rack yesterday. It's super clean. One of the problems with cleaning and looking at comics a lot is that you get very good at finding faults. So there's a couple faults on this that I hadn't spotted to start with. There is a very small tear up here on the top cover, on the top of the cover. There is a couple of small spine ticks, and there's a bit of colour discoloration just up here. I think that's where there's been a price sticker that's been removed, and where the price sticker has been, there's a bit of colour discoloration. But other than that, this comic looks really good. You know, I think 50-year-old comic, I think this could be 7.5, maybe a push, an 8. And the back of the comic, let's just turn the comic over. I'm wearing gloves, because I've cleaned this comic. I don't want to make it all dirty again, so you can see how nice and clean the this comic looks, back of the comic. So yeah, I'm going to be, I might give this another press because there's a bit of waviness still on the back, but overall very pleased with this. I'm going to put that in a mylar and a backing board, and that will go into my collection. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video.